Today's story is about how Trump's one tweet was a buy tip and maybe quasi illegal and supposedly made money for investors. And now, most importantly, how do you explain this to your friends without sounding like a finance bro? So, before we do any of that, I want to tell you about what I call the signal grid. The signal grid allows you to understand what we're actually talking about. Now, is it a politics issue? No. Is it a policy issue? No. Is it we're only talking about what happened and how you can learn from this? Because when you analyze the market and you say, okay, this is what happened, it allows you to know exactly what happened. So today we're not talking about politics, we're not talking about policy, we're only talking about the result of exactly what you need to know. So let's get right into it, right? So without sounding like a finance bro. So here is exactly what happened in this process. So Trump posts this is a great time to buy, all caps, classic Trump style. And what happens 3 hours later? He announces a 90-day pause on tariffs. And the stock market goes nuts, absolutely bonkers. The S&P 500 rebounds like 9.5%. That's about $4 trillion in value recovered from the losses. Now, the Trump media stock, that was up in one day, 90 minutes, 22%. My man Elon Musk made $20 billion and Trump himself made like $400+ million. But all of this, all on paper. I know you're getting a little crazy with me here. So let's take a look at this one because it's a little spicy. So I want to break it down and how you can explain it to your friends without sounding like a finance bro who says, technicals, baby, look over here, they're strong. No, that's not always the truth. So let's start with the suspicious version of the story because this is what my daughter would call sus. So what is the suspicious version of this story? Because yeah, it's not just the move, it is the timing of the move, right? It's that buy post hit at 9:37 a.m. and just a few hours later, he pauses tariffs. The markets launch into an orbit, and here's the part that made people kind of really squint. It's a little technical, but this options trading volume surged right before the pause was announced. So specifically, in layman's terms, call options, what that means is these are basically bets that the market is about to do something crazy, like jump. And it's like someone showed up to a poker night already holding 4 aces. That's literally how I think about it. Now, while everyone else is trying to figure out the rules, and then just to spice things up in Trump style, Trump signs the post DJT. Now, please, which I understand are his initials, but also that is also the stock ticker of Trump media. And what do you think happened to that stock? It was one of the biggest winners that day. Now, this is the part where people go, okay, man, come on, seriously? But you have to hang on. You have to hang on and you have to flip it because not everything everything weird is a conspiracy. Trump's been saying buy the dip since 2016. This is basically his love language. He talks about the market like it's a Yelp score, right? This is crazy. And of course he's going to hype it up. And the whole DJT thing, well, come on. That's how he signs everything. His letters, his statements, his tweets, everything. This is the same guy. Let's not forget this. This is the same guy that put his name on steaks and water and wine and ties and a university and on top of a freaking building. Are we really surprised his initials show up on a stock too? Like, no. Now, about those options trades, Wall Street makes bets every single day. I was a banker on Wall Street. I was at Goldman Sachs. I was at Credit Suisse. We do it all the time. And sometimes those bets hit and sometimes they don't. It doesn't always mean that someone has got the inside scoop. In fact, it's illegal, right? Sometimes it's just the roulette wheel landing your number. And why can't we accept that? And we can find a scandal anywhere if we try hard enough. Do you remember the time that like people argued about whether a dress was blue or black for like 3 weeks? That's crazy. Now, here's where it gets interesting. No matter what side of this you land on, there's something that we can all agree on. And that is one single post moved $4 trillion. That is not a little ripple. That is not a mild investor reaction. That is a freaking tsunami from a single sentence. We are not in the earnings report era anymore. We are in the one headline full send era. This is like trying to invest while someone is live streaming the rules and changing them mid-game. Like, it's insane. Now, but let's back up for a second because all of this did not happen in a vacuum, right? We have to understand the market context around all of this. In the 4 days before the post, the market value had dropped nearly $6 trillion. investors were getting nervous, tariffs were going up, costs were rising, confidence was low. Everyone was kind of holding their breath. And then Trump comes in with this 90-day pause, and the whole market just says, it exhales. It wasn't just a tweet, it was an oxygen mask. It was like someone saying, hey, the scary part is not over, it's just delayed, and you can go back to tap dancing for right now. That's why the stocks ripped. But here's the kicker, it's just a pause. It's not a solution. We don't know that yet. Tariffs on China still went up. They're still fighting the war. The inflation pressure that we all see in here is still there. The Fed still doesn't know what to do. The small business uncertainty is still there. Some analysts straight up said, this rally feels good, but don't get comfortable. Like everyone knows that this is a break. This is a pause. Even JP Morgan lowered their GDP forecast afterwards. They know what's coming because this is going to happen. So yeah, the party was fun, but there's still a bill coming. So if you are a normal person watching all of this unfold, you must be thinking, bro, what am I supposed to take away from all of this? So let me give you kind of three things to take away from all of this. The first one is that the stock market is not the economy, right? It's basically vibes and algorithms right now. Number two is presidents are market influencers. Like, I'm sorry, welcome to the new normal. And number three, volatility, which is the gyrations of the market. It's not a rational machine anymore. It's a toddler with a sugar high and a Twitter account. So Trump said bye and then just paused the tariffs. The markets exploded. He got richer, a lot richer. Was it coordinated? Maybe. Who cares? Was it chaos? Also, maybe. But if your friend brings up this topic over tacos, what do you tell them? You tell them, hey, Trump posted, Wall Street lost its mind, and now everyone's pretending like this is normal. All right. That's all I got for the DJT tweeting conspiracy today. So catch you tomorrow.